Okay. Hand planes like these, because they're so heavy and they're metal, tend to generate a lot of friction. So it's a good idea to put wax on them every so often. This is just Gulf wax, so it helps it glide over the surface more easily. Sorry, this is just so tough on this wood. Alright. I've got to figure out my planing stuff there. I got the screwdriver here. It keeps coming loose on me. Either I've just got to get a better one, or try to work on mine a little bit more. That's much better. I'm not sure what I want to use this for. Probably a table, but probably just a tabletop. I do need to build. I've got my leg vise over here. I've got to build a new. I put too much pressure on it and I broke it, so I need a little bit harder surface piece of wood on there. But I have something better for that. I think this is too nice. I like the grain. I like the look of it. I'll probably just use it for a tabletop somewhere. But the grain, the growth rings are all, I'm forgetting the term for it. It's not radial. Tangential? So they're all like this. They're all running this way. Normally, if you were to saw this out of a log, these would be horizontal, but it looks like whatever section was cut off of here, all the rings are growing this way. So there's not something like, so the growth isn't coming outward this way, it's going this direction. So that makes it a little bit different to plane for us here. But it's fairly nice. Fairly nice. And I try to remember, even though the green direction is going this way, so planing it is easier. I'm still trying to remember when I had a little trouble going this direction, and it was producing tear out of an ugly kind. So I just got to make sure I remember that. But it's trial and error. I mean, luckily you get to just go back over it with your hand plane again. But still, I'm like, all right, whoa, what are we doing here? This looks like it's not sure how I like the feel of it. I think I might be on the other side. Even though it's like this, it doesn't. This type of growth is a little different. You tend to get like, you're not dealing with the intricacies of growth as it is coming outward or downward along a flat surface. So you tend to not have to deal with like, oh, this is not going to behave. This is going to behave a little bit differently than say wood that has it growing, horizontal. So planing it just behaves a little differently. There's not as much resistance behind it. But you do tend to notice like a slight difference in this plane is grabbing the wood, but it's not going as well as it could be. So it feels different. Yeah, this is much nicer. Oops. We'll get that. That's really nice. That's so nice. And you can see like the ray flex in this wood. I'm fairly certain it was ash. I asked the guy last time. I went to go see him. I bought some other wood. And I was like, hey, what do I have here that I bought from you last week? He was like, I think that was ash. And I was like, you sure you didn't get like honey locust or something? Because it looked kind of similar, slightly. When it was rough sawn, it looked like honey locust. And he was like, no, that was ash. I was like, okay. So, characteristics are kind of the same. It is pretty tough to plane. There we go. That's so nice, yeah. That's really nice. Beautiful. All right. And got plenty of kindling too.